And welcome everyone in another episode of Researcher's Celebrity. And today we have Dr. Jagbeer with us to share his journey and to motivate you all. Dr. Jagbeer has started his PhD from Maharshi Dayanand University, Rohtak, for which he worked at National Institute of Malaria Research. And after that, he moved to Ribosome Research Center in Surat as a scientist where he probably got the idea of being an entrepreneur, and he started Biomolecular Discovery and Solutions Private Limited. So we'll hear more about all the journey from Dr. Jagbeer. Thank you, Dr. Jagbeer, for sparing time and sharing your journey with us. We welcome you. Dr. Jagbeer? Seems like there is some connection issue, and this is what happens in a lot of meetings sometimes. Jagbeer, can you hear us now?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, giving me opportunity to make me introduce to you all. And it's really a great opportunity and being within you all.
Mhm.
So before I start, it's a time to be an entrepreneur because many of us have many ideas, but we are lacking somewhere. We are not having any connections who can promote us, can give us a strength to move with the ideas. Sometimes we have money problem. We do not have supporters, uh, financial supporters. So because of this, we cannot stop ourselves.
Mhm.
What I learned during my journey, I had many ideas during the PhD and masters. I did my masters in Pharmaco informatics from one of the best institute, Naipar Hajipur. You might be knowing that institute.
Mhm.
I worked on drug discovery. Uh,
Okay. Once again, we have some network issue, but I'm sure Jagbeer will tackle it and then will overcome it as he does all the time.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Am
Yeah,
I
Jagbeer.
audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. I did that masters in pharmacoinformatics that is basically based deals with the discovery of novel pharmaceutical compounds based on computational knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
There I learned there we do not need that much money, executing in our ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Once we are done with the preliminary studies, if we have that something in hand, the
Mm-hmm.
preliminary data, we can approach any financer and for other bank support something. If we do not have anything in our hand, we cannot approach anybody because first of all we should be confident our own.
Mm-hmm.
So during the after that, once when I was in PhD, I got got a chance to meet the persons like you. You was also there in my group who motivated me always, and the Dr. Arun Sharma. We always we were you know too close to discuss so many ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and there I thought if we work on some novel things, we'll have to face many problem, many issues
Mm-hmm.
like something like licensing, certifications, and so many other things. But if we get a chance to make things at our end,
Mm-hmm.
we have to face such things.
Yes.
And I went through those, and I learned that these things are nothing. We can fight with this. These are no need to fight. These are these normal things we should do before starting these things. So many hurdles I faced, but at present I'm doing good,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm good doing the few uh, ideas I'm executing.
Mm-hmm.
for developing like some diagnostic devices
Mm-hmm.
and the reagents and novel things which can be used in research and diagnostic and laboratories.
Nice, nice. So, Jagbeer, as you said that you were doing your master's in pharmacology, and
Not pharmacology. It
you
was
yeah,
pharmacoinformatics.
pharmacoinformatics. Yeah,
Yes,
perfect.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
that is a new term for many of our viewers. Can you
Yeah,
explain
yes.
what pharmacoinformatics is?
Yeah, pharmacoinformatics is the part of pharmaceutical science,
Mm-hmm.
where in the pharmaceuticals, if we talk about pharmaceutical science, that deals with many things like research, then formulation, production, quality control, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if we talk about that pharmacoinformatics, that deals with the development of the pharmaceutical moiety. That based on the pharmacoinformatics, already the data sets available, or we can use those data sets to design something novel, or can use the existing data as well. Like you may be hearing the new term to nowadays, like the repurposing.
Yes.
The repurposing, that is a part of that pharmacoinformatics we can do. It's a too novel, that is that also the are doing through the AI also,
Mm-hmm.
artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So we were dealing with computational science, like language, computer languages.
Mm-hmm.
With the help of those languages, we can develop new tools and softwares to classify drugs, to identify drugs, and to execute your idea. Like if you want to design a molecule, you want to screen those based on new screening methods. We can
Mm-hmm.
develop new softwares, and you we can train those softwares and models to design the new moiety, new pharmaceutical entity.
Nice.
They,
So,
but
yeah, please go ahead.
but I was totally interested in designing the molecules. I did not uh, go to the computer science side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remained in the new drug designing using the already developed softwares.
Mm-hmm.
So I used many softwares during that, like Schrodinger, Discovery Studio, and so
Mm-hmm.
many others.
Mm-hmm.
So really, and I think it's a time. It's
Mm-hmm.
time to utilize that, like quantum mechanics. Many scientists are doing that and using that mechanics. And in the COVID, we heard that that repurposing was the main tool.
Mm-hmm.
Using that, scientists and doctors identified many, existing drugs which could be used in COVID-19.
Yes, yes. Okay, so Jagbir, now our audience have a fair idea of your scientific expertise.
Yes, sir.
Could you share a bit about your family background and from where you come? Because we know that as an entrepreneur, as a scientist, you are like marvelous.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I belong to a middle class family. My father is homeopathic doctor, and yeah, from the childhood, I was really motivated to do something different, not
Mm-hmm.
to follow the path already people are doing. So, but education is must. Whenever you want to do something, we have to keep learning
Mm-hmm.
like things. And education is a different, but our our ideas, our brain to do something is different.
Mm-hmm.
After education, what we want to do is a different thing. But
Absolutely.
yeah, to come after completion, during the completion of my education, I was really motivated from my family also,
Mm-hmm.
and they supported me throughout that journey.
Mm-hmm.
My father is basically a homeopathic doctor, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
So he never said me like I should. go through the education and go for the that government service and uh, other things. My
Mhm.
friends, my colleagues are doing the government jobs also. He
Mhm.
never pushed me for that. He
Mhm.
said you should do what you want to do.
Yes.
Yes. And so many, I sometimes I face financial problems also,
Mhm.
and so many friends like you were there, and they already supported me throughout that. So today I am very thankful. So many people
Mhm.
met during the journey. I'm very really thankful to them that made my journey so easy.
Nice. And so here, I would like to tell all our viewers that once you are a researcher, like as Jagbeer just said, that since childhood he had a researcher in him, which forced him to unfollow the path which were walked by others. And as Jagbeer also mentioned, that coming from a middle class family should not be any limitation to your
Yes,
dreams, to your journey. You
yes,
can dream as much as you want. You can
yes,
walk as
definitely.
much as you want. The only
Yes,
thing what it takes is you should be committed to yourself. You are
yes,
not going to give up. That's what we have
right.
seen in Jagbeer's journey till now. So, Jagbeer, when you did your master's in Pharmaco, and then you went for malaria research in NIMR, then being a scientist at Ribosome Research Center, what was the thing which made you think that you should try your luck, or become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, entrepreneurship is not a thing which comes through your education journey. It's our own thinking that brings to that platform. Through that education, I learned so many things, but I was not in that platform where I could do what I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was doing my PhD, during that I never thought about the government service. I was always thinking I want to do something different. I cannot work under the pressure or something which are things to make money only
Mm-hmm.
from the service like services and all. After that, when I joined that ribosome research center, there I was appointed to develop that drug discovery division
Mm-hmm.
laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
There I learned that after a PhD, after PhD and good education, I am doing the things which I want, which the mentor wants from me
Mm-hmm.
there. So I was there to teach them how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, still the still I was lacking somewhere. They are like even I was not allowed to execute my ideas, my own ideas. In
Mm-hmm.
the meeting, sometimes I faced I was giving them the new ideas, doing things differently, but I was not allowed to that. Then
Mm-hmm.
after few months, I left that
Mm-hmm.
and I started my own like the things. The first was the challenge was to make the resources to generate money. Then I
Mm-hmm.
started working on some developing some new resources where I can start generating money. Then because money is also important to execute other ideas as well.
Yes.
So for that, I started things, and with the sake of God and other with the help of the few people I always admire. I'm at the level I when I have the good resource and able to execute those ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my aim to enter into the artificial intelligence in the sector of healthcare.
Mm-hmm. Nice, very good. So, as you said, like I see that you're focusing about education is something
Yes, sir.
I would like to especially highlight to all our viewers, that education gives you wing. You might have
Yes,
your dreams to fly, but you do need wings,
Yes.
and education gives you that.
Yes.
So that is very
You're right.
important part. Follow
Education is
Jagbeer.
must.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after your education, your research journey, and now you are an established entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
What were the basic challenges which you faced when you entered the research field, and how did you overcome every single time when you face them? I know this is a lot to digest for most of the viewers, and it might take a long time for you, but we want to hear from you that how that challenge and achievement tastes or feels like, so that people can correlate with you, and then they can you can motivate them so that they can also perform what they want to do.
Yes. First thing is, sir, what I noted that whenever we need any help from any person, whoever is he that person you are seeking the help from him should be or your comparably talented, educated, and positive with positive attitude towards your your mentality. The
Mhm.
first thing is you should be away from the people who cannot motivate. Sometimes people say you may fail, but
Mhm.
if they start saying repeatedly, we get the negative thoughts inside us.
Mhm.
But besides, sometimes many people will say definitely, but besides that, the people should be promoting you, promoting promoting us, promoting our ideas
Mhm.
in any ways.
Mhm.
First thing is that we should be keeping ourselves and the environment with positive attitude,
Mhm.
positivity.
Nice.
That brings us to the level we can execute anything.
Mhm.
We should be keeping the environment positive to us.
Nice.
Secondly is everybody thinks we can do such things, we can do such things, we will do that things, but we'll wait for the good time.
Mhm.
The time will come, that good time will come, that time we'll be having money. First thing, we should stock some money to execute. We cannot do, we cannot wait the good time we have, because is not something we cannot stop for some time. Technology is always making advancement every second, every minute. We cannot wait for that. We have to get into the race first.
Mhm.
The thing is that then we can wait for the further things. We can
Yeah.
modify ourselves, modify our ideas accordingly. But the
Mhm.
if we are getting opportunity to come into the race, we must get into the as fast as we can. Second
Right.
thing is,
Mhm.
and these are the things, and I really admire even myself and my colleagues and my friends as well.
Mhm.
They are good to me, and they made things what I wanted in the way.
Nice. So with all the positivity around you and getting into the race as the two main bullet points you told, what is the role of a critic then?
Critics is always there beside. Whenever you start walking, there is a fear of get fall.
Mm-hmm.
But with that negative thing, but our
Mm-hmm.
positivity should be the more powerful than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nobody can walk alone, but if we that is people think
Mm-hmm.
we cannot walk alone, but if we start walking alone, the
Mm-hmm.
people starts coming,
Mm-hmm.
people start
Absolutely. No,
coming
this
with.
is
Okay.
I have two quotes here to say. One is what Mr. Gandhi said, and one is what Dr. Mr. Ratan Tata said. And I firmly believe in that. That if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to
Bagala,
walk long, then walk with all of us,
all of
everyone.
us.
So that's
Yes,
how it should be. Very good. So
yes.
now, when you said that in terms of a researcher, when
Yes,
you submit a manuscript, okay, there comes the reviewers, and some of them are really, really good. Some of them are moderate, some of them are doesn't make any sense, you know.
right,
So
right.
the critics in research is one thing which is very important, and I
That
believe that you have faced tons of them, a lot of them, all coming from all the three classes, which are good, which are moderate, and which doesn't make any sense. So when you are going through a phase when either you are applying for funding or you are like, you know, you have a thought and then you are brainstorming with your team, some of them might have questions which then you address and then say, yeah, this makes sense and we should work towards it. What is the attitude which you enter into a brainstorming session as a researcher?
yeah, actually generating money from the financial finances like government financial agencies or so many other angel financiers are there. Whenever we approach them, first thing they ask, they want to get into the deep into the idea.
Mm-hmm,
But we must be intelligent every time.
mm-hmm,
We should tell everything, keeping the main points hidden.
mm-hmm,
Cannot disclose that thing, but as we should be talking in the elaborated way, like
mm-hmm,
and that financer should be thinking, yes, he has said everything,
mm-hmm,
but the main point we can keep hidden. No problem. There, people cannot understand every time what we want to say.
mm-hmm,
The second is we must behave very intelligently
mm-hmm,
and tell and answer the questions very in the elaborated way, like we are connected with the recent technology, the and the application of the idea what we are going to do is
mm-hmm,
that will be helping the human in
mm-hmm.
the the way we want, like if we are working in health sector, how this idea is going to help the people. And the secondly is that idea is not the older, it's
Mm,
going for many decades, it will
mhm,
not get older in many decades there.
mhm,
So we can make them understand, like the idea is very new,
mhm,
idea is application full of applications,
mhm,
idea is going to help the people. And and thing is, the point the financiers want is that in terms of money, that
yes,
idea is can be commercialized
yes.
very soon
Mhm,
and will be generating money for them.
mhm.
These are the things.
Okay. So when sometimes someone says that, okay, there is a flaw in the project pipeline, okay,
Hmm.
and then you come and again go over it and then modify it according to you. The reason why we discuss your journey here with the rest of the audience who are, you know, either already researchers or who are considering to be in research, we
Right.
want to give them a 360-degree angle per view of how research works in different stages and at different spots. It can be academia, industry, you know. So now when you have been into academia, you have been into industry, and now you are in like in entrepreneurship. So you are doing all of them together.
Right.
What are your suggestions or thoughts for our viewers that academic research or industrial research or being an entrepreneur, how these three things are different?
these these three things are not that much different, because if we talk about the academics, that is the base. Academics research is the fundamental research.
Mhm,
There we do the things at very ground level, means we
mhm,
go the deep research into that.
mhm,
But there we go with the different techniques, different research applications, different, so many things we do at academia. When
Mm-hmm.
we get those things done and publish the data, so many industrialists, so many other researchers, we know, they use those ideas, those data for their own research also. So
Mm-hmm.
academia research is the base, because we, being an entrepreneur, being an industrial researcher, we
Mm-hmm.
have to follow those papers. So
Mm-hmm.
from my idea, academic research is the base
Mm-hmm.
research. In the that is a foundation research, we can say.
Mm-hmm.
After that, if we talk about the industrial research, they the think the thing the idea, they, or the researchers, industrial researchers, they generate idea beyond that from the academic research. They read
Mm-hmm.
the things and then generate, yes, what we more we can do with that data.
Mm-hmm.
Because the industrial research think in the point of the commercialization of that idea,
Yeah.
the main point at that. So that
Mm-hmm.
if the research from the academia is found good and that can be taken beyond
Mm-hmm.
further, they modify those things in on their own ways, and
Mm-hmm.
they implement their idea with that and make something out of that that can be commercialized. So
Mm-hmm.
if we cannot say industrial researchers are not doing anything, they are just re- referring those academic papers, no.
Mm-hmm.
After that they are doing their research.
Mm-hmm.
That research is after the academia, means that is more a little above from that.
Mm-hmm.
Being an entrepreneur, if I generate idea, how I generate
Mm-hmm.
something, the novel
Mm-hmm.
things, novel idea,
Mm-hmm.
I have to get into the paper. Sometimes I read uh, 20, 30 papers in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Wow.
I'm come to make a little thing. Yes, that is good. We can do something. This type of things we can do. But once we have get something out of that, then we have to make sure something,
Mm-hmm.
are such things are being commercialized or not, or the things, kind of things are being commercialized or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, that is we are connecting both things.
Nice.
So, so things are revolving in the same, in connecting each other.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think you have explained very smoothly, and I believe that all of the viewers will be able to understand it the way you have explained. It was very easy. What I heard, and I'm like still stuck on that, is you touched on a point saying sometimes you read 20 to 30 papers in a day.
Right, sir.
And coming from the research and still pursuing it, what I believe is that is the most challenging for some
Yes.
people, including me, and it is tough. How, like, what is your suggestion for the researchers presently and future researchers? How important is reading every day?
Reading is the one of the best habit,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best habit, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because when we read a book, we are able to speak for the the words for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
We can,
Mm-hmm.
and we can write, after reading a full book, we can write few pages.
Mm-hmm.
Means how much we will read, that is always less,
Mm-hmm.
not that much. So
Mm-hmm.
we should be reading as much as we can. That
Mm-hmm.
also connects with the recent things as well,
Mm-hmm.
recent technologies. We can keep us ourselves updated with the recent technologies, with recent things, what the people are doing around the world, what the new things the people are working upon.
Mm-hmm.
We can be aware of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Then only we will be able to make our own ideas. Yes, we can do such things. People are trying to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Why we cannot? Then
Right.
only we can.
Great. I think this is one of the things which I always feel that research is one of the most dynamic fields you can think of. every country, every researcher, every day you get something new, either a new report from a country which was not there before that day, or
right,
a new development from the same place in the same field. And so this is something which keeps you always on your toe, that reading research papers, research
yes,
articles, reviews is inevitable. You have to do it. So
right,
start liking it. That's all what I'll tell to all my viewers. Better develop a habit to at least read around five, like, because there are some people like genius Jagbeer who can do 20 to 30 paper. But what I will recommend is at least two to five. Make this range and do this every day. This will help you a big time. Either you want to do a fundamental research, or you want to develop an idea, or you want to follow. That all it
right.
takes is reading. So this
Like
is the first time we are talking about reading. Do you want to share
reading.
any incidents when you were reading an article and research field changed for you?
Research, actually, when I was in PhD,
Mm-hmm.
in not in MS Pharma, I was not used to read the papers.
Mm-hmm.
Just for I was limited to the books and some internet knowledge. When I
Mm-hmm.
get into PhD, then I was forced to read the new new papers about the topic of my PhD and how
Mm-hmm.
the people are working upon such type of topics.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was getting little bored every time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I read one page and dropped. Then I read two pages, then dropped. But
Mm-hmm.
my mentor, Dr. Arun Sharma, you are knowing him. He was too tough. He
Mm-hmm.
was too tough. You know, he was really tough. He said, whenever he wanted, he was coming to my seat and, Jagveer, did you read something? Did you read something? Did you find any paper related to these things? Then I had to get those papers.
Mm-hmm.
From that I got, uh, I developed a habit. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that tough to read a paper because you some techniques are there to start how we can read a paper so
Mm-hmm.
faster. Yes, we went through the abstract, then we get into the methodologies. Yes, there is the methods used
Mm-hmm.
whichever I want,
Mm-hmm.
and then we if found things good, yes, what we want, then we can go from to the results and the sections. If things are not there which we want, we can
Mm-hmm.
drop that paper at that early stage. We can drop, when go find another paper. But
Mm-hmm.
it is how we can learn these things when we start learning and as many as we can, as
Yeah.
many papers.
Yeah. So, Jagbeer, it was brilliant to have hear you and to have you on our platform. So now we
Thank you so
are
much.
at the end of our conversation, almost at the end of it.
Thank you so
I
much.
want to hear your suggestions, your word of wisdom for our viewers, that what you have earned in all the research years, or if if I can ask, a number of hours you have put in research. So the summary of it, what you will suggest them that they should consider when they are pursuing or thinking of pursuing research as their career.
First of all, what I would like to say, like, research should be your passion. It's not the things, yeah, I'm not getting a job, let's get into the PhD. We cannot do that because if we are doing that, we are lacking something because maybe we are better at somewhere.
Yes.
So, so first of thing is we should be passionate to the research.
Mm-hmm.
Research, like after research, we can do anything, like that research can be implemented at our own ideas, our own things.
Mm-hmm.
But research should be our passion
Nice.
first thing is. Then if we are really interested to pursue that research, being or become a researcher, we must be dealing with so many things, like like we have to read the things before. We all know, like before developing our synopsis, how many papers we have to read. So many papers,
Mhm.
hundreds of paper we have to go through, that then we are able to make a synopsis. That habits develop us, that something new. We
Mhm.
are not, we were before joining that PhD.
Mhm.
So that is the good thing. Like if we are getting into the researcher, we are making ourselves different from the others. First
Right.
thing is we are getting connected to the main thing, like books, like papers, like research conferences, workshops. We are attending so many things and developing our own brain. We
Nice.
are training our brain.
Mhm.
But if we are not the main, like we are not passionate to do research, then
Mhm.
we, yes, we can get a degree. Yes, definitely anybody can. But a PhD, any PhD, not every PhD students become a researcher, real researcher. We all know.
Mhm.
But researcher become, get into the PhD.
Mhm.
After PhD, he is a real researcher.
Mhm.
So many people are, you are also knowing, many are people are there, they're doing PhD, and besides that also preparing for government service also, for
Mhm.
SSC and other things.
Mhm.
Yes, of CPO something.
Mhm.
Even people are preparing for bank clerk also. So why they are doing, why they are doing that PhD is something that comes from your own
Nice.
brain, or that from inside. Yes, I should become a researcher.
Yes.
And before that we have to wait for so many times for the funds. Like we are waiting for 6 months, one year we are waiting for the funds. We have to sacrifice so many things.
Yes.
That builds us,
Yeah.
that makes us strong to face so many problems.
Absolutely.
And that make us strong
Mhm.
to face the challenges which may face in the future life,
Nice.
because research is too difficult to pursue with that.
Absolutely. Thank you very, very much, Jagbeer, for your words. And we would like to thank you on behalf of Empowering Science
Thank you so
Foundation
much, sir.
and
Thank you
being
so
our
much.
researcher celebrity. With this note, I will tell all our viewers that you can contact Dr. Jagbeer directly, or you can write us to at Researcher Celebrity Empowering Science Foundation, and we can put you in contact with him. Thank you very much. And researchers, always remember your passion in research is the one which leads you to lead
Yeah.
the world. With this note,
Yes.
thank you very much, and we'll see you all in the next episode of Researchers Celebrate.